All in Sports Network. We love sports.
Coming to you from the land of brisket and barbecue, Lone Stars and Longhorns, this is All In Colts, presented by the Unstable Blues.
Welcome back in 33-0, the comeback, whatever you want to call it. This is the Colts' chance to prove that 2022 was an anomaly as they head to the Twin Cities in primetime Sunday Night Football. So, let's go. All In Colts.
Yes, I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. Happy to present All In Colts as part of the Rogue Media Sports Network.
Yep, the Colts lead the Colts-Vikings series 18-8-1, including 6-3 in the Indianapolis era. So they just completely dominate the Vikings.
Yes, except for last time.
Yes.
They are. This is the third week in the last four that the Colts will play a team off of a bye or a mini bye in this case, with the Vikings having played Thursday night in week 8.
Got the extra couple days of rest.
Yep.
The Vikings lost left tackle Christian Darrisaw in that game, then traded for former Jaguar Cam Robinson. He will still play the Colts twice, but in two different uniforms.
Yep. Hard to do that one. Although Devontae Adams did it. He lost to the Steelers, and then he went to a new team and lost to the Steelers.
Yeah.
For the Colts, this game could be important. It's a strange, important NFC game because the potential tiebreakers at the end of the season, if Houston ends up on a losing streak, Houston lost to the Vikings. So if the Colts win, that could be a potential tiebreaker at the end of the season.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know how useful it would be considering the fact that we lost to Houston twice. So that would come first before anything else. But who knows? Maybe it could in like seeding or something like that. I don't know.
There you go.
Anyways, we may be jumping on this for a special live event at the end of the Vikings game. Depending on how it goes, if it's close, we may jump on for a live reaction toward the end of the game. So just keep your eyes out for that. Never know.
A little fun thing that we thought, hey, you know what? It's on Sunday night. Let's maybe try to do something special. We're not going to do a whole simulcast because we can't show you, but we can show you what we react to if you wanted to, have us on while the game's going on.
Yeah.
There toward the end.
Yeah,
only if it's exciting. If it's a blowout one way or the other, we probably won't do it. But
yeah,
if it's exciting, it may be worth a watch to see how Liam just goes crazy bonkers jumping up and down, because let me tell you, that's entertaining.
Yeah,
it's entertaining.
I've already been thinking about it. I'm like, I'll have to put my Chromebook on the table because I can't hold it on my lap or whatever. Like I have to put it on
It'll
there
be
so
all
I can
over
just
the place.
go if I need to, because
Yep.
I get really hype. I mean, it's college. Everyone's awake at that point, so no one cares.
Yep.
Quiet hours are 10 to 10, but in reality, it's like 10 to 1. 1 a.m. That is 10 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yes, not 1 a.m. to 10 a.m.
There you go.
So keys to the game. Let's have you go
to
first.
the game. Go for it. No, you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. So.
All right. Okay. Remember, you got to remember who this defensive coordinator is. So you have to. This is the Brian Flores. We're gonna blitz about 50% of the time, kind of defense, right? 4 or a 3-4 defense. Don't actually get those a whole lot much anymore. But so the 3 down linemen, but that means those 2 outside linebackers may be coming. They may be rushing 5 most of the day. Who knows? So, the best way to get after an aggressive defense? Attack them right back.
Like it.
But it has to be quick game. It has to be delayed handoff to confuse them. I'm going to steal a line from the a couple lines from the Top Gun movies. Don't think, just do. If you think, you're dead.
I like it.
Like it literally has to be just execution. You have to be able to identify pre-snap. That's going to be huge with dummy counts and motions and different things like that. You have to identify who's coming, who's leaving, because they're going to look like they're going to bring 7 and then they'll just bring 4, right? Or they're going to look like they're bringing 7 and then they'll bring 6 and pull a defensive end out into coverage. Like, your pre-snap understanding is going to be so huge in this game. So, that, right, to begin with, just to, that false count. But that's going to be tough, too, on the road. Post-snap adjustments are going to be just as important, if not more, because just because you diagnose something pre-snap doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be what happens. And so you have to be able to adjust as an entire offense post-snap with hot reads and, because the best place to go with the ball off a blitzer is where the blitzer's coming from, right?
Yep.
And whether you can sidearm it, over the top, whatever that is. So that's going to be
what I was teaching our flag football quarterback. I said, if he's rushing from the left side, that means they're stacking the other side. Throw it to that side.
Somebody's got to be open over there. When you leave a space, it leaves a space open. So you got to be able to hit that space. Speaking of which, that means you have to have a complete plan on third and long situations for blitz pickup, for route combos against cover 0 and middle field open, because that is what they love to do on third down. I was watching the tape on the Rams game, because they seem to be pretty successful at these kinds of things for the most part against this defense. It was fast. It was sure. You can tell that they worked on a specific game plan all week for this defense. It's what Brian Flores forces you to do. And so you must do it. Not easy in a week where all you're doing is talking about your quarterback.
It's true.
And then protect the ball. Take the ball.
I like it.
This is like, I say this every week, yes, and you have the wrong colors on, mind you, right now, but it's okay. I have gold on.
I'm just supporting UMHB.
But this is Indiana, so
I'm supporting UMHB. That's all.
I know. Okay, so I know I say this every week, but it's like 10 times as important this week. The Vikings are number 1 in intercepted passes. They intercept a pass every week, I feel like. I'd have to go back and check that stat for sure, but I'm fairly confident that they intercept at least one pass. You're going to check me on it every single week. Good luck being able to check that one out that quick, because you're up in a second. Because watch out for Aaron Jones out of the backfield. He is just as good catching the ball out of the backfield as he is running it, maybe even better. And then they line Justin Jefferson up everywhere. Slot, outside, left side, right side, backfield. He lines up in the backfield sometimes. So he could be anywhere. Know where he is. And just do your best. Be ready to run deep and side to side. They will do both on you at any point. Play disciplined team defense. Don't panic if you get down early. It happened to Green Bay, and they still came back and won the game. So that's my keys to the game. Interception every week?
No, not against the Lions.
Okay. All right. Close, though.
My turn?
I was not far off. Your turn.
Yes.
Keys to the game. Go. Did I
Run
steal
the
everything?
ball and keep running the ball. Start right off with it. We did so well last time we played the Vikings whenever we ran the ball. We do so well in every game whenever we run the ball. Obviously, it's more limited now that Flacco is not in there, but it's not as limited because it's not Sermon and Goodson. We have JT now. We need to run the ball, keep running the ball. The extension of the run game is the screen game. Just another thing real quick. The Vikings are on a 2-game losing streak after being undefeated.
You know how I feel about that. I don't like
We're
that.
playing a team with not 1, but 2 chips on their shoulder. And it's a really good team.
And it's at home for
And
them.
it's at their place. This is going to be a hard place to walk into and get a win at. But you have to try. You have to do your best. Obviously. On defense, I like our matchups. We'll obviously get into the matchups later. Keep everything in front of you. Jay Jettas likes to get things deep, really deep. He can moss it on you. But as long as you keep everything in front of you, bend, don't break. That is the defense I have been preaching all season. And it has worked. Our defense has kept us in it these past couple of weeks because of that style of defense. I don't have much else to say. Like it's gonna be a really tough game. We just need to have just those little spurts of stuff just to keep us in it till the end of the game, because anything can happen at the end of the game whenever it's within 5 minutes left in the game.
I like it. I'm ready to go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Let's go.
What are your matchups to watch then?
Jalen Jones versus Justin Jefferson. I think it's going to be one of the number one.
JJ versus JJ.
Jalen Jones is on the up. We obviously know what Justin can do. Justin had a good game against us last time. At the beginning of the game, he wasn't having a good game though. So whatever worked then, do that. I don't know exactly who is TJ in Hawkinson. Is he in?
Yeah.
So that's
it's
another
his first game back from ACL, MCL, first game of the year.
So that's another massive person to deal with, whether that be the safety or the linebackers, whoever. And Zaire Franklin, let's stay on top of the league in tackles. Go get Aaron Jones. I need our defense to get there, get them under pressure. I think the Vikings like to play a slow, methodical type of offense. Obviously, they have the big explosion plays, but I think they like to play a relatively slow offense. Obviously, it's hard to do that whenever you're playing like the Lions or the Rams or whoever it may be. But I think if they are able to control the game, they will win the game. So don't let them control the game. Keep time of possession. They like to play slow, methodical. So let's Buck, Latu, Grove, everyone get in there, attack the quarterback. Let's get 2-3 sacks maybe. I think I don't know if this stat is correct either, but if you sack the quarterback, fairly sure you're going to have a pretty high chance at winning the game because it's a lot of yards lost. And then on offense, Joe Flacco versus the eyes of the secondary, and JT versus the strong defensive line and linebacking core that the Vikings have.
All right. I'm going to start with some familiar foes. Pittman versus Gilly Lock.
I like that.
They did this all 22. Not the all 22 tape. The all of 2022 year. Yeah. Training camp, OTAs, the whole year they went up against each other. So they should know each other fairly well. So who's going to get the better of that matchup? It doesn't look at this point like Ryman will probably make concussion protocol. We'll see what the final Friday says, but let's just assume he's out. So either Blake Freeland or Gonsalves and Braden versus Jonathan Grenard, who used to play for Houston, and Andrew Van Ginkel. Those are their two edge guys. Jonathan Grenard is just having himself an amazing year. But the Colts have done fairly well against those premier pass rushers for the most part. But Grenard comes off the right side for them, our left side, and our left tackle will probably, in my guesstimation, be out and still in concussion protocol. Even if he is back, I still can't tell you, coming off a concussion, if the best place for you to be is playing left tackle against that guy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got our run defense versus Aaron Jones. I put that as not specific to the Colts because it has to be, as I mentioned, team defense. The entire run defense against Aaron Jones. EJ Speed. You know what? Our entire front seven against Aaron Jones screens. I have those as two separate things because if we're good at one, we seem to not be so good at the other. And it's usually the screen game. There's so much attention on Justin Jefferson, and rightly so, but there's a problem. Sam Womack versus Jordan Addison. Kenny Moore versus Jalen Naylor. They have a full complement of weapons. So if you, which you should, double cover Justin Jefferson the whole time, Jordan Addison can burn you. Jalen Naylor can burn you on a crosser. And then combine that with the fact of them lining up Justin Jefferson every which way. You don't know exactly who is going to be on who because Kenny Moore is always in the slot. Well, sometimes he's going to go up against Justin Jefferson, which I'm actually okay with that matchup better than anything. I don't know if they'll actually line him up as much in the slot because of that. But then, like, who has who where when? They're going to be very specific with where they line up Justin Jefferson and who they want him to be on to make sure that they free up other people.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to watch all of those. And then, because I am such a fan of coaching, Shane Steichen and Jim Bob Cooter versus Brian Flores, who I have mentioned many times in my book, the coordinator of the year, if that's an award, but it's not, should be. One of the most underappreciated jobs, at least from the outside, is the offensive defensive coordinator. And then I've said, I will say it until it is fired or it is fixed. Notice, fired is first now because I think it's a little bit more fixed, but I don't want to say that. I shouldn't have said that aloud because it's better. It's better. Like I mentioned, and I think in yesterday's episode, I never would have imagined that we'd be sitting here halfway through the season saying, yeah, our offense really needs to step it up and our defense is doing pretty good. We never would have thought that early in the season.
No.
But we'll keep mentioning it. Gus Bradley versus Wes Phillips / Kevin O'Connell, because Kevin O'Connell is still very much involved with that offense. I think he still calls the plays and everything. So it's a complete team. There is no question why Sam Darnold has been able to be so successful in this with this team, because this is a complete team. They have a ton of weapons. they got better with Aaron Jones. They got better somehow with Naylor over KJ Osborne. They got better whenever they drafted Jordan Addison. They got better on defense when they have Brian Flores. It's going to be a tough game. And as you mentioned, it's going to go all 60 minutes, and you got to go for it. Who is your all-in player to watch?
Real quick before I say this,
Okay.
one little matchup, I guess you could call it, that I forgot about. Defensive Rookie of the Year contestants. Latu versus Verse. Because Verse is in
Dallas Turner. They got Dallas Turner.
That's right. Oh my goodness.
Versus the Rams.
Regardless.
Dallas Turner. This is how deep and stacked that they are. Dallas Turner is a special teamer. He's not even in the starting.
Oh, never mind then. Sorry. Versus a Ram.
Right.
That's right.
Versus with the Rams.
Yes.
Because they were both in the Thursday night game.
Yes, I got confused. That is my bad.
But it is Dallas Turner's second game in a row against somebody who he will not win defensive rookie of the year.
Yep.
Against
special teams rookie of the year, maybe.
They don't do that, but that's all right.
We've
now dished out 2 more awards that the NFL could do. Come on.
Yeah.
They need a specialist award.
Rookie of the year. Sorry, not rookie of the year.
Nope.
Goodness.
Player to watch.
Player to watch, yes.
There you go.
Goodness, my mind is going places right now, I guess.
We're back.
Yes, we're back. We're locked in. All in player to watch. I'm challenging another person.
It worked well the first week. It went real south in a hurry the second week. You sure you want to do this?
Challenging Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, I need you to have a game. I have backed you up for a couple of weeks now. And you
if Anthony Richardson is the starter next week, you're the reason why.
Yes, I am the reason why. We just know I'm the reason why. I should just stop challenging quarterbacks. Maybe I'll just challenge Matt Gay the whole time. That's it. And so, Joe Flacco, I think he is the man. I mean, obviously he's the man, but I think he is the guy who's going to determine whether the offense is running or not. So,
with Joe Flacco back in business, my all-in player to watch will be Josh First Downs because
I like it.
He stepped up into success whenever Flacco was in there. So he's my as we've kept mentioning, like me specifically, the Colts will go the way that Josh First Downs goes. And so if he has 12 catches for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns, that's going to be a good day. If he has 4 catches for 12 yards and no touchdowns, that's not a good day.
Yeah.
It won't be a good day.
It's true.
Your prediction then.
My
winner
prediction.
and score.
32-21 Vikings.
You got really close to 33 there again.
I did it. You still have PTSD from that? Because I know I do.
Okay, so you know how Falcons fans have their 27-3
Oh yeah,
thing? 33-0, man. Not a fan. Not a fan. There is no game safe anymore. You can never no game is ever safe. But Jaden Daniels proved that to Caleb Williams already last week. My prediction, Vikings 41-19.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense.
I told you, it's a tough team. They're on a 2-game slide. They got everything to play for. Colts are fighting for their lives with a 39-year-old. So, it's just how it goes.
That makes sense.
Well, that is it for this week. We'll be back next week. Don't forget to watch for our live event potentially. We also have our update from the South, Fantasy Stable, Unstable Pick 6, and our preview of the AFC Showdown with the Bills next week.
Yep, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all in Colts.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.